It's a Queen's thing, baby.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel Amma and today I've got 4 amazing delicious vegan recipes for you guys. I have 2 sweet and 2 savory because I know everyone's got their different preferences, and I'm sure you're gonna love them the way that I truly love them. Now I just want to mention for any new vegans out there, it is really important to make sure you're getting enough protein, calories and nutrients in your day today. And each of these recipes has a really good amount of plant protein for you, so it should keep you nice and full because you're gonna love them the way that I love them. So the first one we're making is chocolate porridge. Let's just get straight in and show you the chocolate porridge. So first I'm adding my oats. Now oats are a really good slow burning carb, so it's really good to get that in the morning. I'm also going in with some almond milk, of course. I then heat this up, bring it out the microwave, and then I add my organic raw cacao. Now this organic raw cacao is minimally processed and ethically sourced, so it retains a lot of the natural nutrients of the cacao. It's super high in antioxidants. I even read that it has 3 times the amount of antioxidants than green tea. It's also good for zinc, iron, calcium, helping your brain activity, and strong for bones with magnesium. So I'm mixing this up with some chia seeds, also high in omegas. I'm obsessed with chia seeds. I have chia seeds nearly every day. And I'm also adding my banana, and then I go in with some goji berries. Goji berries are another superfood to look out for. You can Google all the wonderful things it could or could not do for your body. I'm also adding hemp seeds, super high in omegas 3 and 6. Just 2 to 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds is going to give you 11 grams of protein. Great. Then I'm adding some frozen berries on the top, and then I go in with my homemade granola. Now this is some healthy nuts mixed with some cinnamon, so it's super tasty and super Christmassy. And then I have finally finished. I am aware that I was very heavy-handed with this and there was a lot of food on that plate, but it tasted amazing. You can at the end put this in the microwave again, and then it just kind of softens up all the berries, and then it kind of turns into like a Christmas pudding. It's amazing. It's really one of my favorite breakfasts to make. It's guilty, but it's not guilty because it's good for you. So, Now this one is a British staple. I never really used to eat it before, but now that I have my own homemade version, I'm a little bit obsessed, and it is beans on toast, because who doesn't love some beans on toast? I don't know, maybe you don't, but if you do love beans on toast, you're definitely gonna love this recipe. It's simple, it's hearty, it's healthy, it's organic, it's just great. Let's go straight in. Now the key to making your homemade beans is haricot beans, passata, some onions, some garlic, and whatever seasonings you want to have. So I am dicing up my onions nice and small. And I'm adding them to a pan with some oil, and I'm also adding some garlic. You can of course swap out the oil for water, no problem at all. Then I'm just going to brown these down. Add a little bit of salt and pepper to bring the flavors together, and then I add my beans. And then finally I'm going in with my tomatoes, and then this is the essentials for your baked beans. To add a bit more flavor so it's not bland, I add some tamari, and I also go in with a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and then I mix it all together. A little bit of agave, because baked beans always have a little bit of a sweetness to them. You're really treating yourself by making these beans homemade, because you're skipping out all the nasty preservatives, all the extra sugars and the processing that you get in your normal store-bought baked beans. It's going to be a lot better for your digestion, and you're actually going to get some more nutrients. Then I'm using sourdough bread, as I've mentioned before. This is really good for digestion and does have more nutrients than your average store-bought processed bread. So I've just toasted it, and then I'm adding some vegan butter. Oh, naughty, of course you do not have to add vegan butter. This is just something I like to do. And I do love this vegan butter, has to be said. Then I am adding my homemade baked beans, which tasted incredible. So much better than the store-bought ones. And you know, we all have that saying, the more you eat, the more you fart. When you're making your own baked beans and it's not so heavily processed with all the sugars, that saying does not count. It does not exist. You will be okay. And then I added a little bit of coriander and topped with some sunflower seeds because I can't help myself. And then of course a little bit more pepper on top. And then we have a very simple British staple, baked beans on toast with a bit of avocado, because who doesn't love avocado, right? we're making is vegan waffles. They are light, they are fluffy, they are delicious. So let's get straight in and show you these waffles. Now we are making some buttermilk. So to do that, you just need to have some plant-based milk with some apple cider vinegar. I do feel like this does work best with soya milk, but I only had almond milk, but that's fine. So then I added some oat flour. As you can see, I just blended up some oats and created some oat flour, putting them in the bowl. Then I'm adding some baking soda as well as some baking powder. I will put the exact measurements in the description bar below for you guys. Then I'm adding my flax egg. This will make sure that my waffles come out nice and fluffy and light. And then I'm going in with my buttermilk. Then a little bit of vanilla extract. And then I'm just going to start mixing it all together. I realized at this point that I was in La La Land and added way too much milk. So I've adjusted it so when you guys see it written down, it will be the correct measurements. So as you can see here, I'm just adding a bit more oat flour and mixing it together. I also added a mashed banana. Now you can swap this out for applesauce. I made this with applesauce the other day and it almost tasted like cake. But for the people who don't like bananas, throw in some applesauce instead. And then gently whisk it up. It doesn't need to be perfect. The consistency isn't going to be just one because we're using oat flour here. So that's absolutely fine. And I've got this cheeky little waffle maker. Now we are making waffles, guys. And ta-da! And to top, I am going in with some peanut butter. Now this is actually just peanuts. It's not added sugar, anything else. It's one of those organic, just peanuts. So I've added some maple syrup for a little bit of sweetness because I just can't help myself. Then I topped with some blueberries, some fresh blueberries, which were delicious, along with some fresh raspberries. Brighten it up a bit, get some fruit in, get in some berries where you can. Old Rachel would have done chocolate, but I felt like, let's do some fruit. And then I just topped with a few hemp seeds for the nutritional benefit and the taste, because I genuinely like hemp seeds. And then here we have it, guys. Delicious, light, fluffy waffles.
It's a Queen's thing, baby. I wanna dance with you. Track masters.
Now it's time. It's time for the finale. The tofu scramble. Everything together, delicious, perfect for the Sundays when you want to treat yourself to a nice big brunch. This is the one for you, and it's not a boring tofu scramble. It is a delicious tofu scramble. So the magic key ingredients to this is black salt. I don't know why, but it has this egg-like taste. It's crazy and it is essential for this dish, along with turmeric and smoked paprika. And then I've got all these wonderful vegetables. So I've got onions, I've peppers, mushrooms, tomatoes, and kale. You know I like to keep it colourful in here. So I'm just going to brown my onions and some peppers in some water, loosen them up a bit, get the flavours out. And then I forgot to add a little bit of garlic, of course. Essentials, guys, essentials. Once these have browned down, I then add my mushrooms and my cherry tomatoes. Tofu has a very bland taste. All these extra ingredients really bring the dish alive and it tastes so good, honestly. And then wash your hands, guys, because you're going to be breaking apart tofu. Make sure you've got extra firm tofu or firm tofu and just start breaking it apart and crumbling it up. Remember, the smaller the pieces, the more flavor you're going to get in. If you've got big pieces, they might taste more bland, so you really want to crumble it up. Then I'm going in with my black salt, some paprika and some turmeric, and then we're just going to mix it all together to get that color that we all know is coming. You know it's coming. Just give it a second, guys. Turmeric is a really cool ingredient. It's super anti-inflammatory, so if you have any inflammations anywhere, turmeric will potentially relieve the pain and reduce your inflammation, so that's always good to know. And shabam! Here he is. And of course I have to add my nutritional yeast, which has extra B12 as well, which is always fun and good. And if you don't know about nutritional yeast, it adds a slightly cheesy flavor to food. And finally, I wanted to add some kale. I added this at the end because I didn't want it to be overcooked. I just wanted to wilt it down a little bit. And then I'm just going to mix it all together. And like before, I'm going to toast my sourdough bread. Add a little bit of vegan butter because I just can't help myself. Then I've got some spinach and some rocket, so I'm treating these as my little bit of side salad. Then I'm adding my vegan scrambled eggs, which just taste amazing. It's such a nice thing to make, I promise you. So hearty. Then I'm adding the beans that I made earlier for that kind of scrambled eggs and beans effect. And then I added an avocado and threw on some sunflower seeds. And then sprinkled with a bit more pepper. Now this, honestly, is glorious. Glorious, lads. I will make sure I put the entire recipe in the description bar below and on my blog for you guys, because you need to try it. You guys have no idea how angry I am at myself for leaving out the key ingredient, plantain. I especially went and got some plantain just for this recipe, and what do? I leave it out. I leave it out. It's okay, I've got leftovers. I'll make it again, and I'll add the precious, the plantain.
Hello darkness, my old friend, I've come to talk with you again.
If you're making this yourself, add some plantain to the beans on toast too. Add some plantain where you can add some plantain, because who doesn't want some plantain? Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed all the recipes. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for new videos every week. Don't forget to let me know in the comments down below if you try these recipes or if you have similar ones. I would love to know, because I love making new things and playing with new ideas. So sharing is caring in this vegan world. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. For anyone that's always thinking, why is this girl dancing like this? Good food makes me dance. It's that simple. It gets me excited and I just can't help but move.
It's a Queen's thing, baby. Track master.